Hi there, Dal from Challengers Comics here to talk to you all about the week's new books for the first week of releases in the year 2026. That's January 7th, 2026. Look at all these amazing comics, graphic novels, toys, all sorts of stuff that we have waiting for you this week at Challengers Comics. Take a look at this wall, and then we will get into this week's books. Absolute Batman was a huge part of 2025, and so of course the first full week of releases in 2026 sees the Absolute Batman Arc M special rescheduled from December to January. This is co-written by Scott Snyder. It's drawn by Josh Hickson. It is very important to the world of Absolute Batman. Not only does it delve into the history of the Arc M facility, it also ties into some of the Absolute Joker stuff from the most recent issue, and it also sets up a whole bunch of new Absolute villains that are more or less making their first cameo appearances in this issue. Do not skip this if you are an Absolute Batman fan. I guess if the other one is Absolute Batman, this is Qualified Batman. It's Batman number 5, the Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez Killer series. This is issue 5. We got some new villains. We got fun crazy date night for Bruce Wayne and the new character, the Doctor whose name I can't recall right now. I think it's got a Z in it. Anyway, Jim Lee variant, foil variant, David Aja, incentive cover. Just feels like it's going to be a Batman year as opposed to the other years where Batman was the main part of the year. Anyway, DC KO Night Fight number 3, Josh Williamson, Dan Moore. Bruce Wayne is going up against many different wards of his that are now Batmans in terrifying futures that may or may not exist. It's great. No one signs up for this yet. We keep selling out of it off the shelf, so we ordered a ton for the shelf because you apparently did not pre-order it. But we've got it. In non-Batman news, I don't know, maybe he's in this issue. I didn't read the whole thing. We are now on the other side of Age of Revelation, which means we get an Age of Revelation epilogue this week as the X-Men books return as part of Shadows of Tomorrow, starting with this issue of X-Men and this issue of Wolverine. And we just showed you Penultimate Wolverine. So how about Ultimate Wolverine number 13 and Ultimate X-Men number 23? Graphic novel and trade paperback-wise, the biggest book of the week, both in terms of significance and actual physical dimensions, is this facsimile edition of the Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man from, I think, in the 1970s? I don't know, before I was born. Believe it or not, this is before I was born. They actually did a cool thing where they gave this thing an actual spine. So this thing will fit on your bookshelf and you can actually see what it is. This is great. 2026 is the year where Spider-Man and Superman are going to be teaming up again across 2 different Marvel DC one-shot crossover books. So they're celebrating by reissuing a bunch of old stuff, like this very cool giant book and this delightful facsimile of Spider-Boy Team-Up, part of the second wave of Amalgam Comics. This one, Jose Ladron art, which is just gorgeous. And one of the most perplexing and convoluted stories because it's teaming up the Legion of Superheroes with the Guardians of the Galaxy with the 2099 characters. So everyone is like 3 different characters, and any one of those properties alone, 2099, Guardians of the Galaxy, Legion of Superheroes, is way too convoluted for anyone to care about or understand. So hey, why not put all of them together? Thank you, Roger Stern and Carl Kiesel. But by far the must-have book for the week, Absolute Batman, Qualified Batman, all the other stuff. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, one of the best books of the last few years, now in a DC Compact Comics edition, which means this thing is $10. Ridiculously low price for one of the best Tom King stories in forever. Tom King, Bill Quisevely does phenomenal art on this, just kills it on every page. So good that both of them team back up to do Helen of Windhorn, which is one of the best books of the last few years. This is what the new Supergirl movie that's coming out in 2026 is partially based on. It's also great in its own right. So if you need an excuse, there's several. Do not pass this one up if you don't own a copy of this in some format already. We've also got a couple new Marvel graphic boxes. That's J. Scott Campbell and Iron Man. Plus a couple posters, J. Scott Campbell again, and Rogue. And hey, how about some bag clips? We got Tokidoki Godzilla and classic comic book Fantastic Four. And that about does it for the week. Tons and tons of great stuff. 2026 getting kicked off correctly with tons of great comics and graphic novels, plus a bunch of merch. Hey, there's catalogs left over from before. We hope to see you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and keep reading comics.